Hive partitioning versus bucketing. Two ways to organize data in Hive, but they serve completely different purposes. Most beginners confuse them. In the next few minutes, I'll make the difference crystal clear. Let's go. First, why split data at all? Hive sits on top of HDFS. Without any optimization, every query scans the entire table. If you have a billion rows and only want last month's data, Hive would still read all 10 years of history. Wasteful. We need a way to skip irrelevant data. That's what partitioning and bucketing do, reduce the amount of data scanned. Partitioning is coarse-grained, splitting data by directory. Bucketing is fine-grained, splitting data by hash within each partition. Partitioning creates subdirectories on HDFS. If you partition an orders table by date, HDFS has directories like orders/date equals March 1st, 2026, date equals March 2nd, 2026, and so on. When you query with where date equals a specific value, Hive only reads that one directory. It completely skips all other partitions. This is called partition pruning, and it's incredibly effective. Common partition keys are date, country, and category. But be careful. Too many partitions with little data each leads to the small files problem we discussed in another video. Bucketing uses a hash function on a column to distribute rows into a fixed number of files. For example, hash of user ID mod 32 creates 32 bucket files. Each user always lands in the same bucket. Why is this useful? 3 reasons. First, efficient sampling. Want a 10% sample? Just read 3 out of 32 buckets. Second, map-side joins. If 2 tables are bucketed on the same column with the same number of buckets, Hive can join them bucket by bucket without a costly shuffle. Third, even data distribution, which avoids data skew. When should you use which? Use partitioning for low cardinality columns that you frequently filter on. Date is the classic example, maybe a few thousand distinct values. Use bucketing for high cardinality columns that you join on, like user ID with millions of distinct values. The best practice is to combine both, partition by date, then bucket by user ID within each partition. And always aim for file sizes between 128 megabytes and 1 gigabyte to avoid the small files problem. To wrap up, partitioning splits data into directories for coarse-grained filtering. Partition by low cardinality columns like date. Bucketing splits data by hash for fine-grained distribution. Bucket by high cardinality join columns like user ID. The winning strategy is to use both together, partition first, then bucket within partitions. Master these 2 techniques and your Hive queries will be dramatically faster. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.